All right, so when you want to start building your movie, you bring in some clips. So let's say I want to start with construction. Well, one thing that I want you guys to notice is the size. Sometimes when you bring things in, they are not the same size as your window, and you will need to right-click and choose Scale to Frame Size. So when things do not fit, that's the first thing that you want to do. Now, if you have something really small and you do Scale to Frame Size, then it's going to be pixelated, and that's not good either. Okay? So if we're watching this video clip, and I'm going to go ahead and mute it because I don't necessarily want to hear anything going with it. And I'm just, getting a couple of blinks of that sign. This is moving quite a bit, but it was a little more steady here at the front. Okay, so 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights. Let's say I wanted to only see that arrow blink 3 times. Okay, so my playhead is here at basically at the 5-second mark. A couple of things I can do. I can use the razor tool and simply click right over top of that. It then divides it into 2 pieces so that I can delete the back or the part that I don't want. Okay, the razor tool is good if you want to make multiple cuts in a clip and get rid of stuff in the middle. You also have the ability to use, when you position your mouse over the end of the clip, see how you get that red mark or that red cursor? This allows you to drag it over and it's snapping to the playhead. So it's stopping exactly where my playhead is. Either way is an acceptable way to do it. It just depends on what you're doing. If you want to bring in another clip and drag it opposite or after that, you can move your playhead over, and I'm going to leave it right here, and this is where I might want to cut, and then I can play a little bit more, and I'm zooming out to right about there, and I can clip again, and then I can delete what's in the front and in the back. Now that leaves me with a gap here. You never want a gap between video clips, or not unless you're purposefully doing it for some sort of effect. And if you right click, you get the option to ripple delete. Now as you start building lots of clips here, you need to realize that you can use this little scroll bar to zoom. Whoops. If you grab a hold of the side, you can make the clips smaller so that you can see more, or you can make them bigger so that you can see all the details and make sure that you have no gaps in between. If you double click on a clip, remember that it shows up here in the timeline, okay, or sorry, in the source window. And this is, it's showing me that I have 1 minute and 5 seconds. Okay, so if I clip here and it's showing me, okay, so if I just want to see the dogs start to dance, I can use my clips down here, a mark in, and then I can drag this for where I want it to end. And I'll leave it right about here, and then I will mark it with my mark out. And then once I have it trimmed here, if my playhead is at the end of, or I say at the end, where I want this clip to be, I can choose this button right here, which is going to insert this amount right here, so I don't have to do any more trimming right there. You can put things in multiple tracks. So if you were wanting actually to have music behind it, and you could delete the audio by right-clicking and unlink. That unlinks the audio that goes with the video. You'd have to do it on each clip though, okay? And then you can have the audio from the music below it. You could, let's say you wanted a little overlap, and see this one doesn't fit properly, so if I do a scale to frame size, it's going to be a little pixelated, but it was a different one. And notice when I did that, that overwrote the song that I put in, because I put it on I put it on layer 2 or track 2, which is the track that goes with that. So you got to be careful about that. Let me try that scale to frame size again. Okay, and again, just be aware of where your playhead is.